Welcome back. I'm Gian.
I'm Sue.
Are you excited to hear another Bible story?
Yes.
Well, today we are going to tell you a story about a man named Abraham.
His name sounds so familiar to me. His name reminds me of Abraham.
Wow, your guesses are super close. The man Abraham we know used to have a name, Abram.
Then why did he change this name?
Do you want to know why? Then listen carefully. Once upon a time, there was a man named Abram. He was rich, he had a good house, many servants and livestock, delicious food, and a loving family. They lived in a city named Ur.
City Ur was a beautiful place, a good place to live.
But not for God believers. Ur was a city where you can see many idols.
What are idols?
Idols are something you pray to and believe in. When you turn left, you will see the idols.
And when you turn right, you will still see the idols. It must be very hard to believe God.
I agree, but Abram was different. Abram believed in God.
Wow, how was that possible?
Let's find out.
Oh, they are Abram and his friends. Let's get closer.
Hey, Abram, we're going to worship idols. Why don't you come with us?
Worship idols? I cannot. I only worship God in heaven.
Come on, Abraham, let's go together. It'll be great.
I'm afraid I can't go with you, my friends. I only worship God in heaven.
Well, okay then, let's go, guys. I told you, Abraham is no fun.
Wow, look at Abram. When his friends asked him to go and worship idols together, he said no.
It was only possible because Abraham worshipped God and loved him. I don't think City Ur is a nice place to live for Abraham.
Yeah, Abram, you should leave this city. It is no good for you.
God must have thought the same thing as well.
One day, God came to Abram and said,
"Leave your country, your relatives, and your father's family. Go to the land I will show you." God said to Abram to leave where he had been living for all of his life. Do you think you can do that?
That is almost impossible. It is not easy. Did Abram leave as God said?
Surprisingly, yes. Yes, he did.
I am moving away. God called me.
Abraham, are you crazy? This is where you belong. How can you leave your house, your friends, and your family? Don't go!
No, I have to go. God called me and I will follow him.
Abraham left his good house. He left his delicious food and his loving family. He left his family and friends. He left the beautiful city Ur.
Then where did he go?
When God asked to Abraham, he did not ask,
Where am I going to?
or,
Will it be a good place to live?
or,
Will it be a good place to raise livestock? Instead of asking anything, he packed his bag and went to the place where God will lead them to.
where are they going? Abraham obeyed God and his family moved to Haran. Abraham's dad died in Haran. Do you think death would stop Abraham?
No, God wanted Abram to move forward. Abram's family and friends thought he was crazy.
Only a few followed Abram. Abram's wife Sarai, and Abram's nephew Lot left for the promised land. When Abram and his family were going to the promised land, they lived in tents.
It was not a good place to live. The house back in Ur was much better.
But Abram and his family were happy to live in tents.
Wow, how is that possible?
It's because Abram and his family believed in the promise of God. God told them where to go to. They had nothing to worry about because God was with them. Hooray! Abram did not know where he was going to or why he was leaving Ur. But he did not ask God,
Why are you doing this to me?
or,
This is too much to me. I want to go back.
instead, Abram believed God's promise and followed. Whenever he faced problems, he prayed to God.
Wow, Abram's life was a life of prayer.
Abram and his family knew that God was with them.
With their strong faith, Abram and his family were able to go to the promised land, Canaan.
Hooray!
In the Bible, there's a verse that describes Abram.
The Lord is near to all who call upon him, to all who call upon him in truth. We need to remember how Abram believed in God when he lived in Ur. Ur was full of idols, but Abram only believed in God. Abram also called upon God.
And God did not let Abram alone.
When Abram left his place to follow God, God led them to the promised land safely.
He was always with Abram because Abram believed in him.
That was the story of Abram. How was it?
Let's all have strong faith in God like Abram and remember that He is always with us.
Hope you guys enjoyed the story and we'll see you next time. Thank you for watching. Bye bye!